John Haggerty from Elite Family Chiropractic. And I wanted to jump on for a few minutes and give a quick summary of the Gut on Fire workshop and the newsletter that we just released because this is such an important topic for families, kids, and adults who feel like they've been chasing symptoms for years. So, the big idea of the workshop is your symptoms may not be random, they may be signals. A lot of people are dealing with things like brain fog, anxiety, fatigue, bloating, constipation, skin issues, immune flare ups, hormone symptoms, joint pain, sleep problems, or focus challenges in kids. And many times those symptoms get treated like they are separate problems. But the body does not work in separate compartments. The gut brain, immune system, hormones, nervous system, and metabolism are constantly communicating with each other. So instead of asking, what supplement do I take for the symptom? Or how do I shut this symptom down? The better question really is, what is my body trying to tell me? And one of the main things we talked about in the workshop is the gut barrier. The gut lining is supposed to act like an intelligent security gate. It lets nutrients in, but is supposed to keep bacteria, toxins, partially digested food particles, and inflammatory triggers out of the bloodstream. When the barrier becomes irritated or more permeable, what many people call leaky gut, the immune system can start seeing things it was never supposed to see. And when the immune system sees those things over and over again, it can stay stuck in a chronic alarm state. That is where the inflammation can become systemic. And that systemic inflammation may show up far beyond the gut. It can affect the brain, it can affect the mood, it can affect energy, it can affect skin, it can affect your hormones, it can affect pain sensitivity, and it can affect immune regulation. And for kids, it can sometimes show up as emotional dysregulation, sensory overload, picky eating, constipation, poor sleep, focus issues, and more reactive behavior. Another major piece we talked about is the gut-brain axis. The gut and the brain are constantly communicating, especially through the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is like a major information highway between the body and the brain, and it helps regulate digestion, heart rate, inflammation, stress response, and the shift into rest, digest, and repair. So when the gut is inflamed, the brain can feel it. And when the brain and nervous system are stuck in stress mode, the gut can suffer too. This creates a loop. Gut stress can drive brain stress. Brain stress can worsen gut function. And unless we address both sides of that loop, people often stay stuck for a long time. That is why gut healing is not just about food. Food matters, absolutely. But we also have to look at stress, sleep, blood sugar, nutrient status, inflammation, nervous system regulation, toxic load, medications, infections, microbiome balance, and the overall stress load in the body. One of my favorite points from this workshop was this: the immune system may not be broken, it may be overwhelmed. And that is a very different way to think about chronic symptoms. Instead of blaming the body, we start asking what the body is reacting to. Is there gut inflammation? Is there blood sugar instability? Are there nutrient deficiencies? Is there poor vagal tone? Is there constipation? Are there food sensitivities? Is there dysbiosis or microbiome imbalance? Is the nervous system stuck in survival mode? That is where testing can become so incredibly helpful. Because one of the main messages of the workshop was you cannot fix what you do not measure. And a lot of people are simply guessing. They guess with probiotics, they guess with elimination diets, they guess with cleanses, they guess with random supplements, they guess with whatever worked for someone else online. Sometimes it helps, but often it creates more confusion and simply frustration. A better approach is to look at the story, look at the symptoms, look at the history, and when appropriate, use testing to identify what is actually driving the pattern. That may include blood markers for inflammation, blood sugar, nutrient status, thyroid patterns, or anemia. It may include food sensitivity testing when the history supports it. It may include stool testing or other functional tests depending upon that person. The goal is not to order every test on everyone. The goal is to stop guessing and start personalizing. Then we talked about rebuilding. And a real gut healing plan is not just take a probiotic. It usually involves four major pillars. First, nutrition, eating real food, stabilizing blood sugar, getting enough protein, increasing fiber diversity, and reducing ultra-processed inflammatory foods. Second, targeted supplementation. Things like vitamin D, magnesium, omega-3s, digestive support, probiotics, prebiotics, glutamine, zinc, and other supports depending upon the person's actual needs. Third is lifestyle. Sleep, movement, hydration, sunlight, reducing toxins, and building daily rhythms that help the body to actually recover. And fourth, and I would say probably the top of the hierarchy is nervous system regulation because digestion is a parasympathetic response. If the body is stuck in fight or flight, the gut has a harder time repairing itself. This is where things like breath work, walking, prayer, chiropractic care, gentle movement, reducing overstimulation, sleep routines, brain laser therapy, vagus nerve support, wearing an Apollo neuro bracelet, things like that can become part of the healing process. So the workshop, guys, was not about fear. It was about hope with a roadmap. Your symptoms are not your identity. Your child's struggles are definitely not the whole story. Your body isn't broken. Your body is responding. And when we understand what it is responding to, we can start making better decisions. So here's what I would love from you. If you watch the workshop, I would love your comments. Tell me what stood out to you most. I would love to know what your thoughts are. What is the gut brain connection to you? Do you understand what the vagus nerve is and how it works? Did you understand the leaky gut discussion and how this may affect you? Do you understand the immune system piece, the immune connections? Did you understand the connections to anxiety, focus, hormones, skin, or pain? Or what is the idea that symptoms are signals to you? So what I'd love is if you could just drop your questions below wherever you're seeing this video. And if this sounded like you, your child, or someone in your family, feel free to reach out to us if you have more questions, you like more clarity, or like to get some more answers. Because we'd really be happy to help you think through what the next best step may be, whether that is a conversation, an exam, functional testing, or just simply helping you understand where to start is oftentimes the place where we can serve and help you most. If you have questions, you want to give me a call here at the office. Our office number is 440-230-2300. Or if you would like to send a message to our website, you can go to www.elitefamilychiros.com. And there's a section up at the top of the website where you can send us a message, where you can request time to talk to me directly. If you have not read the full newsletter yet, go back and check that out because it goes much deeper into the workshop and gives you a far clearer picture of how the gut, the brain, the immune system, and the nervous system all connect to each other. Thanks for being here, and I would love to hear your thoughts below.